You're watching Lokmat Times. My name is Tejas. Maharashtra Assembly Election Results have started coming in from the morning, and the residents and voters of Maharashtra have given a massive, significant mandate to the BJP-led Mahayuti. The BJP-led Mahayuti has been progressing ahead of 200 seats in the 288 strong assembly. This is massive mandate compared to the recent Lok Sabha election. The tide has been completely turned by the BJP Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde and NCP led by Ajit Pawar. If we look at the current numbers, the Mahayuti alliance led by the BJP is looking at about 200 seats, 210 seats probably, while the Mahayuti is struggling to even reach 100 mark and has been trailing around 60 to 65 seats. Today we are joined by our reporters from Thane, Nashik and Navi Mumbai. Our reporter from Nashik, Chitra Rajguru is with us. Our reporter from Thane, Nirmiti Patole is with us. And our reporter from Navi Mumbai, Amit Srivastav is with us. We are going to speak to them and we are going to understand what are the issues that drove this election and what are the reasons behind behind this massive mandate given to the Mahayuti. What are the issues that drove this mandate and which are the candidates that are leading in their particular districts, their particular areas. We'll start with Nirmiti Patole. Nirmiti is from Thane. Chief Minister Eknath Shinde's city, his home turf. He is leading from Popri Paskakadi constituency against Kedar Dige. Nirmiti, what are the results? Give us a quick recap of the results in Thane, the assembly constituencies in Thane, who is leading, which party is leading, and what is the mandate?
Yes, Tejas, definitely. So this was a Sena versus Sena battle in Kopri Pakhadi constituency. This constituency was held by Eknath Shinde for 3 terms. Again, Kedar Dige from the Shiv Sena UBT faction is trailing, whereas Eknath Shinde is leading by 35,750 votes. So as I told, it was a fierce Sena versus Sena battle, but still there was no anti-incumbency seen against Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. People were in favor of him. People were like, the Maji Ladki Bahin Yojana, that was the main policy of the government. It was in favorable of the government. And when I spoke to the women in this particular constituency, they were like, iske pehle hame kisi ne kuch nahi diya. No one gave us nothing. But this is the first time that Chief Minister, they are like, he's our big brother. So this Ladki Bahin Yojana has played an immense, it's a very big factor in this particular constituency. If we talk about Kedar Dighe, then there was one aspect that who is the successor of Anand Dighe. Anand Dighe, as you all know, he's a very big figure. Late Anand Dighe, he's a mentor of PM Eknath Shinde. So I spoke to Kedar Dighe also. Lokmat Times has taken an interview of Kedar Dighe. Kedar Dighe told that yes, Eknath Shinde is not the real successor of Anand Dighe, and we are following the principles of Bala Thackeray. Our party, our symbol, everything was taken away by these gaddars. So I asked them that when are you going to speak beyond the Gaddar and everything? But Kedar Dighe was like, yes, we are speaking on development, and Eknath Shinde has not done any development in this particular constituency. But that was not the mood on the ground. People were in favor of Eknath Shinde. So this was particularly about.
What is the status in Thane? I think there are 6 assembly constituencies in Thane.
Yes, yes.
What is the status right now? Who is leading from which constituency? Which party is leading from which person?
Yes, if we talk about particularly 148 Thane City Assembly constituency, we were witnessing a triangular contest over here. Again, it was BJP's Sanjay Kelkar. Now he is leading by 20,047 votes. Rajan Vichari is there from the Shiv Sena UBT faction. He is trailing, and Manse is also there. Avinash Jadhav from the MNS was also contesting. He got over 11,074 votes. So Sanjay Kelkar is almost the winner over here. He is leading from this constituency. Again, a fierce battle at this particular constituency because there were municipal elections were not held. So people were talking about basic issues like power cut, water cut. These were the basic issues that we had seen in this assembly constituency. MNS, if we talk about Avinash Yadav, he was telling that Thane is a city of lakes, but lakes have not been regenerated. No beautification of the lakes have been taken place. So he was talking about big promises in his manifestos, and also while campaigning that he wants Dubai and Singapore like lakes in Thane. But people have voted in favor of Kelkar because of the BJP factor, because of development, infrastructure. People were like, BJP is one party that can provide us development and infrastructure.
What is
So this
happening in
was
other
particular.
constituencies? What is happening in other constituencies?
Yeah, if we talk about the Mumra Kalwa Assembly constituency, again a Guru versus Shishya battle was we had witnessed a Guru versus
Yes,
Shishya battle
Jitendra
over
Awad
here.
and Najib Mullah.
Yeah,
Jitendra Awad from
yeah,
NCP
yeah.
and Najib Mullah from NCP Ajit Pawar were contesting against each other. Who is leading
Correct,
right now?
correct. Jitendra Awad is leading by 34,601 votes and Najib Mullah is trailing. Both were once close associates. So at one point of time, we took the interview of Jitendra Awad. During his campaigning, he was like, I will not take the name of Najib Mullah once. Again, NCP versus NCP battle over here. So when we spoke to the people on the ground, they were like, Sharad Pawar is the real NCP according to us, and again, these people are Gaddar. So this was one of the fierce battle, prestige battle that we can see in this particular constituency. People have voted in favor of Jitendra Awad. He's a strong man according to the voters of this assembly constituency. Then, if we talk about the Overa Majivada assembly constituency, traffic was one of the prominent issues over here because the whole Godbanda stretch comes in this particular constituency, and Pratap Sarnaik from the Shiv Sena Shinde faction is leading from this constituency by over 26,933 votes, and Naresh Manera from the Shiv Sena UBT faction is trailing from over here. Again, a triangular contest was happened over here. MNS Sandeep Pachange from the MNS was also contesting, but he has got over 2,149 votes from this particular
So
assembly
Nirmiti,
constituency.
if we see in Thane the Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena battle, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde seems to have had an upper hand in this election. He has
Right.
completely decimated Uddhav Thakere's Shiv Sena is what we are looking at the current results. Am I right?
Correct. Yes, yes, right. People have voted in favor of
So
Eknath
this
Shinde,
Gaddar,
and they,
Gaddar and Pannas Khoke kind of narrative which were set even before Lok Sabha and the narrative was continued in the lead up to the Vidhan Sabha, this doesn't seem to have worked in this election.
yeah, that's true, exactly, Tejas. But again, one thing I'll have to add is Kedar Dighe, which was contesting against Eknath Shinde. He has leveled serious allegations against the election commission. He has told that the polls should be reconducted. Why? Because according to him, the box which contained the postal ballots, they directly went to the election observer's room rather than the strong room. So he has alleged that in the strong room there were no CCTV cameras, nothing, and wrongdoings might have happened, irregularities might have happened. So Kedar Dighe has leveled this allegation against the election commission, and he
No,
wants
but
to conduct the
even if we look at the postal votes are very few. Even if we look at the EVM numbers, Eknath Shinde is leading by a massive margin. So there is very
yeah,
little scope
yeah.
for Kedar Dighe to make a comeback now. I'll come to Amit. Amit Srivastav is joining us from Navi Mumbai, our reporter from Navi Mumbai. Amit, what is the mood in Navi Mumbai right now? Does the Mahayuti seem to be sweeping Navi Mumbai as well?
Yeah, hi, Tejas. Almost 4 hours of counting, and across the state, in Navi Mumbai also all four seats Grand Alliance is leading. But there is close contest on two seats in Belapur and Uran. But if you look at the Airoli seat, Ganesh Naik, a former guardian minister, is leading massively with almost 25,000 votes against Vijay Chowgule, who defected from Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde faction and decided to contest as an independent candidate. Likewise, in Belapur, Munda Mhatre is sitting MLA, two times winner from BJP, is contesting, but it's very close margin, or less than 2,000 votes throughout, from the beginning of the first round to almost 15th round. If we go by Panvel, three times winner, Prashant Thakur is leading, almost like 10,000 votes. But there is trouble in Uran. Mahesh Baldi, who is also been a two-times winner, is facing a tough contest from Pritam Mahathi, independent candidate, and T. General Worker Party candidate. Across, if we look at the Navi Mumbai point of view, Mahayuti, Maha Vikas Aghadi struggles to fill candidates. They were lacking good candidates. Like in Airoli, they do not have candidates. In Belapur, if because of Sandeep Nayak defected from BJP and decided to contest against Manda Matre, there is a close contest. But if we go Panvel, there is no strong contest.
Balaram Patil, if we look at Balaram Patil, PW.
Balaram Patil is contesting.
Very good point, Prashant Thakur.
Yes, Balaram Patil is a former MLC, and because of the Leena Garat, who decided to contest the election on UBT, around 14,000 votes so far after around 10-11 rounds. That can be added to the Balaram Patil, and that can be a close contest between Prashant Thakur and Balaram Patil. So that couldn't happen.
If MVA would have taken PWPI in the alliance and not fielded a candidate from Shiv Sena,
yes, in Panvel and Uran,
Prashant Thakur. Yes. Right.
Had they made the coalition before the election, the situation would have been different in Panvel and Uran, because Pritam Mahatre as an independent candidate is giving a tough fight to Mahesh Baldi, two times winner. Similarly, Balaram Party is giving a tough fight. In the initial stage, he was leading by more than 7,000 votes up to 6 and 7 rounds. But later, Prashant Thakur made a great comeback, and now he's leading almost by 11,000 votes. So we can see if there is a good candidate from the MBA, and they have made a pre-poll alliance with PWPI, the situation would have been different.
Right.
If we talk,
one issue that is coming up in all analysis is that the Maha Vikas Aghadi failed to field proper candidates in majority of constituencies. They had differences among each other. Their independent, their candidates, their party workers who did not get a ticket fought as an independent and gave a dent to their official candidates. So these are the kind of factors that are coming in. We'll also be having a better analysis after the results are clear. Yes, Amit. Yes.
One point I would like to mention here, we cannot forget that Prime Minister Narendra Modi campaigned for Prashant Thakur in Kharghar, JP Neda and Eknath Shinde campaigned for Manda Mhatre in Nerul. That made a different, that helped them to get the attraction from the voters also. Right. Had they not come, the situation would have been completely different.
Right. Amit, what are the factors that are driving these results? What do you think? What are the major issues that help the Mahayuti alliance in Navi Mumbai? Because Ladki Bahin or factors like these could have helped them in rural Maharashtra, but Navi Mumbai is a very urban space, very developed space. What are the factors that are driving this surge in Mahayuti's numbers?
Ladki Bahin scheme is of course help Mahayuti candidates. But the major infrastructure changes that is happening in and around Navi Mumbai, like Atal Setu, Navi Maintenance Airport, Coastal Road, and other major infrastructure is really, help the Mahayuti candidates. Because whenever I visited across the, Navi Mumbai during the campaign, most of the people, they are, whether they are urban or they are rural area, they are appreciating the Atal Setu, Navi Maintenance Airport, and the other infrastructure that is coming in Navi Mumbai. So they are expecting this. If this government continues in the next 5 or 10 years, they would have been. They will get better infrastructure. And one point, the mass housing that is being constructed by CIDCO across Navi Mumbai, like developing Ulve or Vasi, Panvel, Kalamboli. So people are getting a cheaper home, like under 30 lakhs, because that has become very difficult to get a home under 50 lakhs in Navi Mumbai. So these are some points where they help the Mahayuti Grand Alliance candidates, because they echoed in everywhere wherever they campaign here. Even when Prime Minister Narendra Modi campaigned in Kharghar, they repeatedly told about the infrastructure that is coming about in Navi Mumbai. about he talked about the Atal Setu, JNPT, and Navi Maintenance Airport. So, of course, the infrastructure development in Navi Mumbai help the Grand Alliance candidates.
I want to ask all of you. I will come to Chitra and I'll talk to her about Nasik. But before going to Chitra, I want to ask all of you. In Lok Sabha elections, we saw that a narrative around change of constitution was built by the opposition alliance, which helped them. There was also a chatter about parties being broken. Shiv Sena was split into, NCP was split into, and there was anger among people because of those kind of splits in parties. But that anger seems to have fizzled out right now, and people have kind of forgotten or forgiven the BJP or Eknath Shinde or Ajit Pawar faction of the parties for splitting their major parties and have voted overwhelmingly for them. What do you guys think? Though that kind of anger that we saw in Lok Sabha, because just within few months, the election results show us the completely different picture. The picture has changed up
Right.
and down. So, how do you think this anger has fizzled out, Chitra? What do you think the anger has fizzled out in Nashik?
Yes.
People are not yet angry now.
Yes, after Lok Sabha, I think there is much breathing time Mahayuti has got, and during this time, Mahayuti has launched many beneficial schemes, Ladki Bahin
Huh.
schemes, or the schemes for rural area schemes for home, making homes for people. Such schemes and penetrations of these schemes. The most importantly, the penetration of these schemes to the common people. I think this has benefited, and the major factor which I feel is Hindutva Mudda. I think that has benefited Mahayuti in this, whatever picture right now we are seeing.
So there was quite a backlash over Yogi Adityanath's slogan "Batenge to katenge." Then there
Yes,
was Prime Minister Modi said "Ek hai to safe," and many thought that
safe hai.
this kind of slogans would not work in Maharashtra, or there would not be a polarization in Maharashtra over such Hindu-Muslim lines. But if you observe your constituencies or your districts, do you think there was a polarization, that there was a consolidation of Hindu voters in favor of Mahayuti, and Muslims, Dalits, and other voters behind Maha Vikas Aghadi? Because this polarization issue seems to have worked, because the Mahayuti is surging about 200 right now. So this certainly seems to have worked. What do you think, Amit?
So,
Uh,
during
uh,
Yeah, let Amit speak, then I'll come to Chitra.
uh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi echoed एक है तो safe है. That worked in Navi Mumbai. Navi Mumbai, most of the voters are urban voters, and they thought it. The slogan given by Yogi Adityanath, "Batenge to katenge," is better. Is not Narendra Modi's statement is better than Yogi's statement. They thought it. It is collecting the people, not dividing it. Number one. Secondly, when I visited different all the four constituencies, people are more interested talking about the development instead of talking about the religious sentiments or something else. Navi Mumbai is not a city where religious sentiments doesn't work here. In the last couple of decades, it had been noticed. Religious sentiment doesn't work. Development is the major issues. Most of the people, the residents, were talking about the developments. So this doesn't work in doesn't work in Navi Mumbai.
Right, right. Chitra, I want you to give me the current scenario in Nasik. What is happening on the assembly seats in Nasik district? Who is leading where? Chhagan Bhujbal was trailing for a while back. Is he leading now? Who is leading in Nasik? Give us an idea of major seats.
uh, s- uh, initially, if you talk about the Nashik city and four constituency that Nashik city holds, Nashik East, West, Central, and Devrali, as you said, in Thane and in Navi Mumbai also, Mahayuti is leading in all these four constituencies. Starting with Nashik West constituencies, here we see the tight fight between Seema Hire of Mahayuti BJP and Sudhakar Badguzar from UBT Uddhav Bahasaheb Thackeray Shiv Sena, and there is a third candidate who is showing up
Dimakar
in a
Patil,
good numbers
MMM.
from Manase, Dinkar Patil.
Dinkar. Okay.
So, so this Dinkar Patil factor might affect, but there is a clean sweep from Seema Hire. She is leading with more than 40,000 votes right now. We
Chitra, if we look
are
at
kind
it,
of
Dinkar Patil's candidature, instead of hurting Seema Hire, seems to have hurt the Shiv Sena UBT in this constituency, right? The ML
yes, before right. So even before the candidacy was announced here in Nashik West, the battle between Dinkar Patil and other BJP former leaders against Seema Hire, like the leaders of BJP never wanted Seema Hire to contest the election for the third time. Since Seema Hire as sitting MLA in Nashik West, and she is contesting for the third time now. So
Right.
there was a lot of anger on ground as well, since the Nashik West constituency holds the MIDC area, and the people here and the leaders here were expecting a more development in terms of MIDC and industrial sectors. It didn't happen in last 10 years, and that there was on ground also there was a lot of anger and unhappy mood about Simahire. But the picture right now we are looking at is totally different what the assumptions was. If we talk about Nashik East constituency, we are at the end of round 6 now, and the numbers here are Rahul Dikle from Mahayuti, who is a Mahayuti BJP candidate, is leading, and followed by Ganesh Gite, who is contesting from NCP Sharad Chandra Pawar. Now, here as well, after the candidacy was announced, Ganesh Gite was a former BJP leader. He was a president of standing committee of Nashik Municipal Corporation few days back, and he also wanted to contest the elections. But when Dikle got the candidacy nomination from the constituency, he decided to switch the party. And after that, also in recent time, this constituency witnessed a lot of fights between Dikle and Gite. The claims of Dikle on Gite of spreading, distributing money for votes.
Chitra, I want to ask you about something. In Lok Sabha elections, onion was a big issue in Nashik. Nashik is a major onion producing belt of Maharashtra. Onion prices were a major issue, which even Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde also accepted that onion made a big dent to their tally in Lok Sabha election. But that doesn't seem to have been a factor in this election. I want you to wrap up quickly in 1 minute. I want you to tell me, was onion or prices of onion were not an issue in this election?
If you see after Lok Sabha elections, right after Lok Sabha elections, the major factor that was onion export ban factor was eliminated by Mahayuti government. If you see, they had left the ban on onion export, but by then the onion was with traders and not with farmers, and then still the farmers were unhappy, and still the decisions Mahayuti government has taken regarding the farming sectors. Still, farmers are in unhappy mood, but the situation on ground, if we see in all constituencies and regarding the farmers, is totally different. Uh, it seems that farmers are in favor of Mahayuti, voting in favor of Mahayuti. Numbers are telling this mood within the city.
The electricity waiver for farmers. Do you think it made an impact?
Yeah, that these small things, and when Devendra Fadnavis took a rally campaign meeting in Nashik, he also openly said that yes, the factor has affected Mahayuti in Lok Sabha, but now we have taken a lesson, and in future we will work towards the betterment of farmers. I think
major constructive thing about Mahayuti's success seems to be that they took their lessons from the Lok Sabha laws. Wherever they were lacking, right, they made amends, they made fixes. They went to people and they told people that this is the mistake we made and we are not going to make this mistake. On the other hand,
exactly.
Aghadi tried to continue with the same narrative of Gaddar and constitutional change and that kind of stuff, thinking that will help us, that will help them again in Vidhan Sabha election like it did in Lok Sabha election. But that certainly doesn't seem to have worked. Amit, you were saying something. Just
as I told you, there's a close. As I told you, there is a close contest in Uran. Now, Pritam Mahatra is leading by more than 1,000 votes against Mahesh Baldi, 2 times winner. So this is a major development in Navi Mumbai, because all the 4 seats are going for Mahayuti. Not this because of the Pritam Mahatra's lead. the situation is changing it. And the margin between Sandeep Naik and Manda Mahathir is almost 1100 votes. So anything can happen in Belapur also.
Right, right. So now in Navi
Tejas,
Mumbai,
I also wanted to add one point. You were asking about the consolidation of the votes. So I just interacted with one of the voter from Dombivli. So he was like, कि, anyone is there from, if anyone is there from BJP, we'll vote for him because for Dombivlikers, according to him, for Dombivlikers, development doesn't matter or the road infrastructure doesn't matter. But what matters is the cultural festivals like Dahi Handi, Diwali, Padwa, Gudi Padwa.
Dombivli
So,
has been traditionally
yeah,
a stronghold for
RSS, yeah, also RSS background is there. So
yes,
in Dombivli also we are seeing Ravindra Chavan is taking the edge. Vote consolidation has taken place. Many voters were like, we will vote for RSS. If development is not happening, still we want Hindutva in our
right,
favor.
right, right. Guys,
So this
we are nearing toward the end. I will just give you all one minute. I want you to tell me if you could just three factors that are impacting in your constituencies in your district that are driving the surge in favor of Mahayuti. I just want you to quickly give few points that you think are driving this surge for Mahayuti in Nashik, in Navi Mumbai, and in Thane. I'll start with Chitra. Chitra, what are the key issues? What are the two, three issues that you think are driving the surge for Mahayuti in Nashik?
So, starting with Nashik West constituency and overall in Nashik, if in Nashik, even in Nashik Central and Nashik West, the crime rate and the criminal activities were the major concern in these constituencies. So, I think Maha Vikas Aghadi candidates Vasant Gite and Maha Vikas Aghadi candidate Sudhakar Badguzar for Central and West constituencies. I think that has affected the voters because the Sudhakar Badguzar is directly involved, allegedly involved in Salim Kutta connections, and and Vasant Gite, he's said to be involved in MD drugs cases, as we say. So this criminal factor is the one major factor. Seema Hire seems to be, clean leader or the clean background leader for the
Right,
voters. Secondly, as all of we are now discussing, Ladki Bagin and other beneficiary schemes were announced by Mahayuti, and that has majorly Ladki Bahin Yojana has the major factor in this numbers right now what we are seeing. And in Nashik, if we consider Nashik is a spiritual city, and regarding if we talk about Kumbh Mela, it has more significance because of Kumbh Mela. So Hindutva mudda, Hindutva thing has played a major role here. So I think
right,
these
right.
these
Amit,
these three
yes, yes,
factors: criminal activities,
yes.
crime, and Hindutva and yojanas schemes by Mahayuti.
Thank you, Chitra. Amit, I want you to quickly wrap up 3 points that made the
Yes,
surge.
in a yes, in a nutshell, I will explain 3 points. The first, the major infrastructure boost in Navi Mumbai. Second, belief on Narendra Modi. And third, lack of good candidates from MBA. These are the three factors that help the Grand Alliance to aid against the Maha Vikas Aghadi.
Yes, Nirmiti, I also want you to give 3 points in the Thane region that is helping the search for Mahayuti. What are the major reasons?
Yeah, first is the infrastructure development because Mahayuti has promised various features, various projects like Thane Ring Route project, Metro project. Then people believe that if some other party comes to the power, these projects might be stopped or halted. So they want the Mahayuti to continue over a year. So one is the infrastructure. Second is Ladki Bahin has worked in Thane. Definitely, people if we go to the remote areas of Thane district, then they have immensely trusted on Eknath Shinde, and they want this Ladki Bahin scheme to continue. And third is health and education. I think because voters are of this perspective that Mahayuti government is doing more for health and educational aspects as compared to the Maha Vikas Aghadi. So this is their uh, trust on the Mahayuti.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. So these were our reporters from Nasik, from Navi Mumbai, and from Thane. And as we look at the results, Even right now, the Mahayuti led by the BJP is surging towards a massive victory in Maharashtra Assembly Elections 2024. This is a big turnaround from the Lok Sabha election when they had won 16 seats together and the Maha Vikas Aghadi had won 30 seats. But the scene seems to have changed. The beneficiary schemes like Ladki Bahin Yojana, the electricity waiver for farmers, the crop issues where MSP was issued for onion seems to have vanished by now, and the micromanagement by the BJP, by the Sangh, the seamless vote transfer between the three alliance partners of the Mahayuti, which didn't seem to have happened, seems to have happened right now in the Vidhan Sabha election. So that's the news from Maharashtra right now. Mahayuti winning big, Maha Vikas Aghadi trailing, an embarrassing defeat, in your face defeat for Maha Vikas Aghadi right now. That's all for now. Keep watching Lokmat Times for more such interactions.